Hello, everybody. Jagex yesterday released Sailing. Like the pre-release, right? It comes out November 19th. And we got quite a bit of information for it. So last night, I actually took the time to flesh out all the materials that you're going to need to build your boats, rafts, sloops, skiffs, all that good stuff. And that's what I'm going to cover in today's video. But before we get into it, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. And thank you to pretty much everybody that subscribed to me over the last week, ever since that other sailing video came out that I posted. It actually got 11 subs and almost 3,000 views, and almost like 200 view hours or something like that. So we're getting closer to monetization, which I never even thought was going to be possible. I kind of just started doing this as like a hobby to burn time because I'm passionate about the game. And I just love everything about RuneScape pretty much, other than sailing coming out. I'm a little bummed, but I'm gonna be honest. Even though I'm bummed that it's sailing and not shamanism, it does seem like there's a lot of content here. I wasn't actually expecting as much content as we have. And one more thing before I get into the video is that you're going to see my screen looks a little different than it has in the last couple videos. I don't have the black bars on the side. I could go back to how I was recording before and have the black bars on the side, but this stretches it out a little bit. This is kind of my stream setup for when I do go live on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. So if you are interested in seeing a live stream there, you can hit me up over there. But let's get into the rest of the sailing update. If you explore the map, you're going to see the water here. It's a lot different. It's deep over there, isn't it? It's very shallow over here. And now we have the sparkly stuff in the water. I don't think that's a shiny Pokemon. So, yeah. It's pretty interesting that we got a little bit of a water update with it. They also said I think like HD updates coming with the water and stuff like that. But if you go to boats, starting off, you're only going to be able to have one boat at level 1, and you're going to have that's going to be a raft. When you get to level 15, you're going to get a skiff, okay? And then level 50, you get a sloop. Some of you guys might already know this. Some of you guys might not. This is where, and then you can see you get more boats as you level up. The port area, though, this is where things get, like, kind of open my eyes up and be like, wow, there might be more content here than I think. You have all these ports for all these different cities and locations on the map, and towns and whatnot. Mooring ports, I'm going to be honest, I really don't even know what that means. I probably should have looked up that word before I made this video, but it's okay. If you do look right here, though, Grimstone, level 87, that's going to be where frost dragons are, okay? Because if you remember from my last video, you need level 87 sailing to kill frost dragons. You do not need a slayer level. Port tasks, there's a bunch here. You can have multiple as you level up. Starting at level 7, you can have more than one port task. And at level 84, you can have 5. So that's pretty cool. Sea charting, this is going to be, I guess, you going around the map, exploring, jotting things down. You're going to get XP from this. Sea depth charting, so you are going to be diving, if you notice that with the fishbowl helm there. And this part is probably going to feel tedious. I'm not going to lie to you. This might be the worst part about sailing. I know we haven't done it yet, but and it's only a one-time thing, so it's not going to be as tedious. But finding every location without a guide off the bat is actually going to be probably a struggle. So I'm not expecting that to get completed day 1, but maybe it will. We'll see. Barracuda trawls. That's if you open up the map, you're gonna see the Barracuda trawls on the map. It's gonna be this like rifty kind of looking water here. Like you can tell this is like rifts. And I have been exploring this map quite a bit. However, as I'm recording this, I'm doing a really bad job at finding the other Barracuda trawls. Maybe that's the only place Barracuda trawls are on the map. Yeah, maybe that is. Maybe the Barracuda trawls are here, and that's it. And there's different trawls for over there. I'm not really sure. And this is just right outside of Priff is where this is located. Pretty interesting. Not going to lie. That's very cool. There's a fairy ring there. Okay. So there's your Barracuda trials. And now we're going to get into the core of the video here. This is where I fleshed out everything and I wrote down all the materials for the boats that I think I will need. Okay. Let me preface that you have to do the quest on day one. It's a Pandemonium, I think is the name of the quest, or it has to do with Pandemonium, and that is an island. Hold on, let me look. So you got Karamja there, Port Sarum's here. Come down here. There's the Great Conch, and then is it right there? Yeah, Pandemonium is the island right here, just outside of Port Sarum, which is right there, okay? Or a little south of Port Sarum, not really outside of it. Then there's going to be another quest here, Prying Times. And then there is a quest right here. This is to get to the Great Conch, I think. The Troubled Tortugans. I think if you do this quest, you're going to get access to the Great Conch. The reason this is important is because there's nickel here. And there's the other stuff that you can mine for the cannonballs, right? So we do have that to go off of. And then there's a bunch of other little islands throughout the whole map. I was looking for other quests or like quest logos. I didn't see any. Maybe I'm wrong. You scroll up over here to where the Wildy is. It looks like there's a bank here. Maybe another volcano. Huntman's Woods. Dude, this is going to be cool. Whatever's on here. I don't know. This is Bounty Hunter, isn't it? That's not even a new island for sailing. I thought it was. Oh my God, that's so sad. Oh well, I got excited when I saw that, but I was wrong. The Northern Sea or Northern Ocean have this right here. If you look, I was talking about the shoal in the last video with the Merfolk Trident and the Trident of the Seas. Might have that activity out here, and then you have salvaging ports. So why is this the core of the video for me, though? Why do I want to talk about the shipbuilding specifically? Well, you're going to need a lot of supplies, actually. For a wooden hull, if you look, I'm just going to talk about like the level 1 stuff, but it doesn't matter because we're really talking about the sloops, which you get at level 50. You need 16 large wooden hull parts, okay? That's 400. That's 400 planks that you need to build the wooden hull sloop. So quite a bit of materials here, okay? When you scroll down and you come over here to the Rosewood hull, you need 400 planks for the Rosewood hull, obviously. You need 5 Cupron nickel bar. You need level 74 sailing for that. And then when you're talking about the keels, this is when you're getting into like the bars, right? This is a lot of bars that you need. You need 400 bars to make 1 keel, okay? The reason this is a little worrisome is because they said in the video that Jagex released this week that when your boat gets damaged, you end up on the shore and you will be 1 HP.
Deaths on an island work the same way as they do on mainland, meaning you'll lose your hardcore status. But if your boat capsizes, you'll appear back at the port on 1 HP. I know at least someone watching this will be dying to poison.
If your boat gets damaged and it sinks to the bottom of the ocean, that's 400 bars that you lose. That is quite a bit. So I'm hoping we don't lose the boat completely. I'm hoping we just have to repair it. I didn't play the beta. And before anybody says, well, how are you going to talk about it if you didn't play the beta? Guys, listen. I tried to play the beta. I tried to load it in RuneLite. It didn't work. I tried to load it in the regular client. It didn't work. I tried to load it on my phone. It didn't work. I don't even know if it was available on mobile, but I tried. The beta wouldn't work for me, okay? I went on Twitter. I complained. Jagex support obviously responded how they do on Twitter, but I didn't get anywhere with the beta. And I wasn't really excited about sailing. I honestly, part of me was like, they're going to scrap it because nobody wants it. But obviously, it's in the game, right? So my plan on day 1 is to basically do this first quest in Port Sarum, okay? Because you have to. I think this is going to be like the druidic ritual of the skill almost, right? You have to do druidic ritual before you do herblore. So do the quest. Figure out what level you get at, and then I might go straight to Tears of Guthix. Why would I go straight to Tears of Guthix? Well, I tested it out last night. I have 328 quest points, and with that amount of time in there, I got about 14k XP. I actually got like 14.3k. You get 3 quest points from the first sailing skill in the game. That's going to give you over 330. You're going to have plenty of time. If you're a maxed account with a quest cape and everything, you're going to have plenty of time to be in Tears of Guthix and get that 14k XP. That 14k XP is going to boost you straight to level 30, level 31, right about. And you're going to get XP from the sailing quest that they're going to give you. So technically, you're probably going to get about 33 to 35, maybe 36 sailing just from doing Tears of Guthix. I know people are saying that might not be meta, and that's okay. All I'm trying to do is skip the really bad equipment that we're gonna have, especially when you look here on the bolt on facilities for the boat. I don't want to use iron stuff if I don't have to. I don't want to use steel salvaging hooks if I don't have to. I would love to be able to skip to a teak cargo hold and a keg and an iron cannon instead of a bronze cannon, right? That would be really cool if we could do that. If we can't, that's okay. But my plan is to do Tears of Guthix, get past all the early level grinds, and then you can build. You do have to build. This is why I'm making this video. You are going to have to make an oak ship. Why are you going to have to make an oak ship? This doesn't require nickel or lead, okay? When you come down to the teak hull, look at this. You need 5 lead bars. Lead isn't in the game. To get lead, I have a feeling that you guys are going to have, or all of us, are going to have to do the Turtle Tortugan quest, wherever that is. I wish you could zoom out more on this map. Oh my goodness. Okay, if you come over here, where that quest is, this quest, the Trouble Tortugan, that's going to get you to the Great Conch. This is the only island in all the islands that they added in the game that has a mining symbol on it. So that's where the material is going to be for the cannons to give you the burn effect. And that's going to be where the nickel is, I have a feeling, okay? You're going to have to get here to make your teak ship. That is why I know for a fact you're not going to be able to skip the oak hall. Now, you're going to see in my notes that I've posted in this video that I go from the first raft to the oak skiff and then to the teak skiff, okay? And then we go to the mahogany skiff. Now, something important about the mahogany skiff is that there's an adamant keel here, level 66, but you're going to have a mithril keel at first for your mahogany ship or your mahogany skiff, right? The keel, you're going to I'm hoping it's not like construction where you upgrade it and you can just remove it and add a new one, right? If you do have to upgrade it, kind of puts a little damper in my plan, because then we are going to have to literally build every single thing that you see here, one after another. But if you can just remove the mithril keel, add the adamant keel, when you get to level 67, the camphor hull, you could just get rid of the mahogany hull and add the camphor hull, right? I just want you guys to be aware that's 10 hull parts. So you're going to need 50 planks to make that skiff, okay? The skillers, this is going to be so good for the skillers because they're going to be able to get this material. This material is going to be so much money. The people that are racing to 99 are going to be paying buku GP to get these materials day 1, day 2. And I have a feeling 99 sailing is probably going to be done probably within the first 3 to 5 days. They're going to be paying big money, especially when you come all the way down to the dragon keel and you need 400 dragon sheets to build the dragon keel. We're not even talking about the rosewood hull where you need 600 dragon nails. All right, guys. I'm also going to post probably right now in this video what Grok ended up spitting out, adding up everything from my list. all I did was on my list. I want you guys to understand. My plan is to only build the level 1 raft, the level 20 oak skiff, and then go from that to the teak skiff to the mahogany skiff, and then the mahogany sloop, the camphor sloop, the ironwood sloop, and then the rosewood sloop. I don't plan on upgrading the raft at all. I have a feeling we might need to upgrade the raft, okay? I have a feeling we might need the lower level or the higher level skiffs and the rafts. However, I am approaching this kind of like you do everything else in RuneScape, and I just want to use the best thing I can with the most utilities, because obviously the sloop's going to be bigger. It's going to have more of the bolt-ons, like you see in this part of the quest or skill guide, right? Also, coming over to the skill guide, I want you guys to be aware that a lot of this stuff, look, cargo hold, oak cargo hold, a lot of this stuff is upgradable, but there's a few things in here that aren't upgradable, okay? And that's going to be your range. There is no upgraded range. There's just one kind of range in the game. There's only one kind of keg in the game. There's only one kind of anchor in the game. I looked at all this. I even did some of the math for the materials, but this doesn't really matter as much to me with the materials, because the boats are where all your planks, all your bars are going to go into, right? The this inoculation station, I'm not sure what that is. But look, 8 teak planks, 32 steel now, and then 6 Rilicum bombs. I know I said that wrong. Doesn't matter. Those bombs are used for Fasani's Nightmare. So now we have like another reason to use those bombs, right? Salvaging station, that's pretty cool. That's at level 42. What you need to make that? 4 teak planks, 16 steel nails. And you see, you have your mithril hook, your mahogany cargo hold. There's your steel cannon. Look, wind catcher. So this is another item. 4 teak planks, 16 steel nails, 8 steel bars, 4 lead bar, 10,000 air runes, and then 1 captured wind mote. I don't even know what that is. Probably nobody knows what that is. Teleport focus. That might have to do with the spell. I'll show you right now. There is a new spell coming with this. Oh, I just teleported my house. Oops. There is a new spell here. Actually, while we're here, let's walk over to Port Sarah. And we're going to switch my spell book. Standard. We're going to show teleports. And you're going to see teleport. Oh, okay, hold on. I have the filters on. Teleport boat to me right there. Look at that. Okay. I don't know if that teleport focus is going to have to do with that. Maybe you need the teleport focus on your boat and 67 mage to get your boat to teleport to you. I'm not sure. Right. I really don't know. Again, I didn't get a chance to play the beta because it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work for me. And then you kind of see everything that they added here and stuff like that for the skill. But coming back to the bolt ones, because this is really this is a huge focus for me. You got the wind catcher, teleport focus, rope trawler nets. That's actually pretty cool. Chum station. None of that stuff's upgraded. These are just utilities that you're going to have on your boat. And then you get back into a mithril cannon, animate crane, camphor, cargo hold, advanced chum station. This is the only thing that I've seen when you go to chum station. Yeah, they're right there, level 56. This is the first thing that we've seen that isn't like adamant, mithril, anything like that you can upgrade that's on the boat ones or on the bolt ones. Then you have the linen trawler traveling net. I think you can upgrade the linen trawler to the canvas. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, cotton trawler net right there. Maybe there is no canvas net. So at least you're going to be able to upgrade the trawler net. You're also going to be able to upgrade this right here, your fathom stone or crystal extractor. All of this looks the same. I could be wrong. Like eternal brazier. I don't even know what that kind of stuff is. And then hemp trawler net. So you are going to be able to upgrade the trawler net even after you get to the cotton one, right? If you haven't gone through here, I definitely suggest it. There is quite a bit here. Your dragon salvaging hook, and then rosewood, dragon cannon, stuff like that, and then fathom pearl. Now, before I end the video, they also added stuff to the collection log. Now, if you remember in my last video, the frost dragons were gonna drop the dragon sheets, right? Dragon metal sheets. I have a feeling that the frost dragons might drop the broken dragon claw. They might drop the dragon nails. They might even drop the dragon cannonballs. I don't think they'll drop the narwhal horn. Obviously, that's going to be a big whale in the ocean that you kill for that, right? Are they going to drop an echo pearl? Probably not. I feel like that's something else you're going to find out in the ocean, probably at the bottom of the sea. Bottled storm, don't really know what that is. Ray barbs, I feel like that's something you're going to find out in the ocean. Maybe when we're salvaging, that's how we're going to find the dragon hook and the dragon nails and the dragon cannonballs. I don't know, right? I really don't. We haven't seen it yet. But if you come down to shipwreck salvaging, merchant shipwrecks, 87 sailing, I have a feeling this is where you're going to get your top end gear, like the dragon cannonballs and stuff like that. Maybe. If it doesn't drop from monsters, right? This is probably where you'd be getting it. And then to really close out the sailing guide in the game, here is your crewmates. You get your first one at level 40 if you watch the video that Jagex put out on this stuff. And you can have up to 5 crewmates once you hit level 95. If you're looking, this is right next to Prif, where the Barracuda trials are going to be, where I think the Barracuda trials will be. There's a lot of flags out here, a lot of crystals. This looks like probably like it's going to be pretty difficult to navigate. Oh, look at this guy. Let's talk to him. He's too busy playing some succulent beats to stop and talk. All right. Well, yeah, there's that. And yeah, that's probably pretty much all I got for you guys today. Really, you are going to need a lot of supplies for this, a lot more than I thought. I don't think you're going to need more than like 1,000 bars in total. Really, you're probably not even going to need more than 500 bars. But to be honest with you, 400, 500 runite bars is pretty expensive, right? I mean, you're looking at a couple, like I think it's like 7 mil or so, 8 mil or so, for the materials to build just the room boat, because we don't even have the dragon items in the game yet. The dragon boat's probably going to be like 100 mil for the first like couple weeks, I would say, maybe even more. Right? I wouldn't say any of this is going to be max cash stack unless you're talking like week 1 for the people who are racing to 99. But if you are interested in my list or anything like that, I could figure out a way to put a link in the description to get that to you guys. It took a little bit of time to flesh it out, but it wasn't too much. It's just way easier to read when you can kind of type everything out instead of like clicking it and then going through the chat box and then like, okay, this is this and this is this. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I do appreciate you watching. Again, we are on the road to 100 subscribers. We went from like 49 to like over 70 in a week. So I do appreciate everybody that did hit that button. If you could like, comment, and sub, and y'all be easy because life ain't. Peace.